Hi there, welcome back to my Fallout New Vegas series. Off camera I have moved a lot of junk into the safe. Not all junk, of course, lots of useful things as well, but things that I don't need right now. I've also been fiddling about with mods. I've updated the interior lighting overhaul mod to the latest version, which means that I can now use it in the sink. Hooray. We've got a few quests, so let's hand them in. So I've found some missing modules. So I think I'm supposed to do something with this. Let's try talking to the sink.
Might I be of service, sir?
Are you some kind of artificial intelligence?
Regrettably not, sir. All modules in this habitat are synthetic personalities atop a mundane operating system. There is no intelligence here, sir.
None whatsoever. You mean there are other personality modules here?
Indeed, sir. Though if sir's aim is to activate them, I lament to inform, sir, that most have been offline for some years.
Challenge accepted.
If sir were to ask my opinion, I should venture that sir is better off without them. However, if sir is determined to inflict upon sir's self their dubious services, sir might locate backup personality disks elsewhere in the facility.
Indeed, sir is a masochist. Why is that?
The other modules are rather erratic, sir. Their personality matrices are built on flawed logic and have not weathered the years well, sir.
So I can access their functions without loading the personality holotapes?
Tragically, the core operating systems are also located on the personality tape, sir. Once the tape is installed, sir may request I switch their dialectic interfaces off, and I shall oblige with great delectation. However, sir will still be required to locate and install a backup holotape to access their functionality.
Okay, I think that makes sense. Why are there so many personality modules?
As I am given to understand, sir, this facility was once the property of a Dr. Mobius. He crafted the personality modules as part of a collection of experiments on the subject of machine-human interface. As to the reason for the unusual choices of devices to receive the modules, I cannot say.
Okay, let me ask you something else.
Indubitably, sir.
I'm going to see what I can
Very
buy.
good, sir. Should sir be in the market for a new suit of morning wear, I have several suggestions that might suit.
Anything good going in here? Doctor's bags are sometimes useful. I don't think I need any of these things. Though a weapon repair kit. Yeah, that's worth having. He's got a few caps as well, but I don't have much to sell at this particular time. You repair stuff as well, I saw.
Might I be of service, sir?
Equipment repaired,
Very good,
yeah.
Sir.
Q35. That's doing all right for now. All my armour. Yeah. Need to repair that. I'm rolling in caps, I'm going to do it. That is good. Right, what's this? Is that something? Oh no. Auto dock. Auto dock.
Well, how about that? Old auto dock's back online. Well, alright, come here, let's have a look at you. Well, you ain't the fittest horse that ever ran a race, but you don't appear in immediate danger of keeling over. I can patch you up if you want.
Can you do anything beyond healing me?
Well, firstly, I would say providing wholeness of the body is service enough, but if you must know, I'm also programmed with cosmetical subroutines. Diagnostic says they're offline at the moment, though. Something about corrupted data files and all manner of such foolishness. If you want a haircut or a nose job that won't leave you looking like a ghoul with alopecia, you'll have to find replacement discs for them. Also, and I won't swear to this, but I recollect at some point having a few implant installation modules. Can't speak to where they got to, though.
That sounds like a useful thing. I'm going to engage your services.
And rightly so, I should think. Alright then, let me just fire up the old interface for you.
Right, I can do some stuff. Cosmetic surgery, haircuts, swap body parts. Basic. Let's just do the basic physical exam. I think these are the things that I need the upgrades for. And that just sounds scary. So let's do a basic physical.
Not that scalpel. Fish scalpel.
Oh, now completely healthy. Was I not healthy before? Who knows? Right. Sync, autodock and biological research station. Have I got the biological research station module yet? I may not have. No, I only got the autodock one so far, it would seem. Okay. Well, one thing I do want to do is go and talk to the robot-y dudes here, because I kind of, at the end of the first episode, after talking to what's-his-face, Klein, for ages, I then kind of ran off, because really I was getting sick of the sound of his voice. But I believe that I can talk to everyone in here. So let's go and meet the gang. So who's here? Dr. O.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
I think you mean impossible.
Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is. What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, my Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco tech in here? What are you showing off?
Oh, cheer up, mate.
Robert House and his big company are. Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years. You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
This guy's got issues. Calm down. Just wanted to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
I need more. Yeah. What do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them
useful.
in a non-functioning state.
Shall I antagonize him a bit more? Yeah.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
That's a good point. Do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept the mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Speech 65. Are you sure? I'm a good listener. Got the ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name is an O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
Intelligence 7. If they kept confusing the letter with a number, your name is Dr. Zero.
Yes, thank you. Zero. I am Zero. How hard is that? A narrow, thin zero.
Alright, so you want me to call you Zero, or...?
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, alright? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow.
Yep.
So when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
I'll vivisect you. Well, Zero and O do look a lot alike. There's no way to tell the difference. Intelligence 8 of 9. I can surely boost my intelligence. Okay.
Fine. Ask.
Let's back out of conversation.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Indeed. Right. What can boost my intelligence? Don't think I've got any apparel that does that. But mentats, I believe, are built for this particular purpose. Indeed they are. One of those. Let's talk again.
Predictable. The lobotomite specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
Hi. I want to talk to you about your name.
What about it? I don't feel like arguing it with you too.
If you wanted to differentiate the O and Zero, just put a slash through the zero.
What?
Zero. Draw a slash through it.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something?
Brainial beam?
That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
Oh, he needs some love. That's harsh. So is that what you want to be?
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. Oh is more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there's power in zero. It reduces anything multiplied against it to zero.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic? I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. The make a zero in all the think tank. They won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle.
Yes.
Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
Cool, I think I've made a friend. So, Zero, got any amazing discoveries to share?
You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screens. As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just built it. Amazing, isn't it?
2 scrap electronics added. 2 scrap metals added. It certainly is interesting, whatever it once was.
You know
I'm going to be nice to him.
I'm not even going to pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Sure thing. Alright, we've spoken long enough.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Okay, so let's look at this here quest log. So, did I complete a thing down there? What's in a name? Yeah, Risoldo's problem with his name. Okay, so maybe all of these robots have got a similar kind of dealio. Who are you? Dr. Dala.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear.
Oh, she's the one who loves teddy bears, isn't she?
Of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression.
I've never heard a computer sound so aroused. Oh, but then she's not a computer, is she? She's a brain in a what's-it?
Monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
You know, I think it's probably intentional that everyone who gets to this point in the game suddenly becomes very conscious of their tongue inside their head. Perception 8, I can't help but notice your fascination with the human body.
What? Nonsense.
Close eyelids, breathe deeply, stretch languidly. That sounds... turn a cough. Oh, yeah, this one.
What? What are you doing?
No, let's do the next. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
Turn and cough roughly, then slowly scratch nose.
Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why don't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at the human body too, right?
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
I could come back any time and just breathe if you want.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet So intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my gel might run over.
Yeah.
If you're ready, let me radar scan you.
Here we go.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Purple, purple. Ooh. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Purple. Papa, bloop.
Trained.
Bloop. Bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Whoever the voice actor is for Dr. Dala, they're a good sport, aren't they? Who are you? What do you do here?
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dala, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates. How is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well.
Yeah, you reckon?
Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
First head chief researcher? Lots of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
I'm not sure whether this conversation is going anywhere, but okay, I'm sometimes called a courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
That sounds like the conversation has become relevant. What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Quest identity came and went. Why did you remove my brain, and how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skin envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized.
Well, I'm special, aren't I?
I believe the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
I bet you would. But how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow.
That sounds like a good theory.
It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it slurped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Yeah, if you wanted to. We've spoken enough, I think.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
So, does she have a personal quest? Maybe that's it. Okay, yeah. Let's talk to old Kleiny dog. Up here. Ooh, box. Footlocker. Yeah, take all.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Getting there. I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me.
Mobius.
Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh, well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Does it now? Okay, well, this does sound like an interesting little development. Let's do this speech check. I'd be honoured if I could hear any... Sorry, not speech, science. Any knowledge the think tank had to share on the sciences.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Oh, that's it, is it? Pump. That's all for now, goodbye.
Yes, a most goodbye.
There's other chappies in here. Picking your brains. Dr. 8. Doctor Borous. You seem to be over here. On your head. Footlocker. Stuff. Loot. Doctor 8. Oh. Can you speak? Do you understand me? Did something happen with your voice module? Is that a yes or a no or a yes no? I'm pretty sure you can understand me and I want some answers. Who are you? No, this isn't going too well. Maybe I should have asked... Maybe I should have asked you who you used to be. Okay, this isn't going too well, is it? Oh, lengthy. I'll be going now. Okay, so obviously we need to do something if we want to speak to Doctor 8. Borous.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Alright, no need to get defensive. Do you always get this dramatic?
Drama? There is no drama in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions. Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math.
This guy's got
smoking Confederate Richie Marcus.
They've all got issues, haven't they?
As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies. Things of fiction. Here in the think tank, the only star is Science!
Who are you? What do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Doctor Borous, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadores, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You are responsible for cazadores.
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at
new
Big
quest.
Mountain
Try to find
to
any
preserve
trace of
DNA
village.
and for observation.
What contained at Big Mountain? Those things are all over the Mojave.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes.
Oh man, got some bad news
They
for
would
you.
no more be capable of escape than breeding.
I don't think they're sterile. They breed all right.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of
No
my
thanks.
castrating power would settle your doubts.
I'm all right, mate. No, that's all right. Trust me.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps we can perform a sterility castration some other time then.
Yeah, maybe. I had other questions.
Submit your questions. I shall respond with deadly answers.
Can you tell me about the Big Empty?
That castrated nickname of our facility is not its true name.
Okay. Sorry,
The
bud.
true name is Big Mountain. Where are your manners? It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Yeah. I saw the expanse from the balcony. You've made a mess of this landscape.
It was not our first
As I
choice
clicked
of
that.
testing grounds, but we
Saw
no
the next
longer
option.
have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we
Can't believe
lost the
I
mountain.
clicked too soon.
After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore. So the crater became our testing grounds for science.
Test cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do, get permission, sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing
He's coming
whole
back to that,
cities was
isn't he?
hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
What was this explosion?
Boom!
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, I figured that
Quite
out.
unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Yep, very handy. Never mind, we've spoken enough.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
Dun dun dun. Oh, I've got to choose some skills. Right, speech. Speech is trailing hard. Let's bump that up. How much? 75? That's a nice big number, isn't it? Actually, maybe I should try and get lockpick up to 75 instead, because that then allows me to get into hard locked containers without needing to use a skill book. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's run with that. Lockpick to 75, speech to 72, and no perk. Right, so what have we got now in our quest log? So we've got to try and find trace of Gabe in Higgs village. And oh, that's it. Well, we completed the thing for Dr. O, and this is for Borous. We haven't yet figured out how to talk to 8 here. And I'm pretty sure Dala must have a quest as well, but we haven't yet managed to figure that out. Anyway, until next time, cheerio.